everybody, Low Carb Keith here, and I'm back today to show you how to make another low carb meal. This recipe you can find in my book, My Low Carb Life, how I lost 130 pounds and kept it off. And one of my favorite dishes that I used to eat all the time before I lost weight was chicken fried rice. And I've discovered how to make it low carb, and what you're doing is you're replacing the white rice that you would use in traditional chicken fried rice with cauliflower rice. And I made a big mess of cauliflower rice yesterday, so that's what I'm going to make. It's done in a skillet, or you can do it in a wok, but it's great, it's delicious, and it's really filling, it's really satisfying. So let's start at the beginning. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some butter to my skillet, and I'm going to saute some mushrooms, chopped up mushrooms, and some onions. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter to my skillet. You could use oil if you wanted to, but I think butter gives the cauliflower rice a little bit better flavor. The things that I include in this, as you can see, is we have the cauliflower rice. We have about a cup of chopped mushrooms, which is something that I decided to add. I like mushrooms in a dish. We've got probably about 2.5, 3 cups of cooked chicken. I've already cooked the chicken, so we don't need to cook it. You could cook it in the skillet now as we go along. I've got chopped onions, probably 1/3 of a cup of chopped onions. I have a small can of peas and carrots. Now, peas and carrots traditionally are found in chicken fried rice, and to be quite honest, this is probably the most carbs out of anything that we're going to put in here. Peas and carrots are 24 carbs with a dietary fiber of 7 grams. That's for the whole can, which gives us about 17 net carbs in the peas and carrots. I've also got an egg that we're going to add to it, and some chopped green onion that we're going to put in it. So let's go ahead and add the mushrooms and the chopped onion to the skillet, and we'll cook that up. Cook it long enough to where it just really kind of sweats down. I have salt and pepper, but I'm probably not going to add a lot of salt and pepper. I might add some pepper because we're going to add soy sauce, and that's kind of what gives it that chicken fried rice Asian kick. And soy sauce is pretty salty, has a lot of salt in it anyway. So I'm going to keep cooking this down. Get those onions nice and tender, and the mushrooms nice and tender. It takes a little while to do that, but it'll be worth it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the mushrooms and the onions to one side. I'm going to add the chicken to the other side so I can get that good and heated up. This was chicken that I had cooked yesterday, and it's already cooked. Now you could, like I said, you could cook chicken in the skillet, put it in raw and cook it with the onions and the mushrooms. We're going to just kind of mix all that up and get it good and heated up. Like I said, I used to love chicken fried rice, but with all that rice and all those carbs, no wonder I blew up to almost 300 pounds. And when I decided about 6 years ago that it was time to make a change, and that I wasn't getting any younger, and that I needed to do something about my weight, because the older you get, the more health issues you might have. You're better off having the control over your weight with those kinds of things happen. Fortunately, I'm in pretty good health so far, and I know that my health has improved greatly since losing weight. All right, good. So we're going to add the peas and carrots. Okay. Like I said, this is a small can of peas and carrots. This is probably going to be the the most carbs in it, but it does give some good flavor. I love sweet peas, green peas. All right, once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to scoot everything off to the side, like there, while it's still heating up. And I'm going to cook an egg. I'm going to scramble an egg. Right there. And then we're going to mix that egg in with, once we add the cauliflower rice. You could, I suppose you could do a couple of eggs if you wanted to. But that's traditionally in chicken fried rice, if you have scrambled egg mixed in with it. Mix that in there. All right, and now I'm going to add my cauliflower. And I think I'm probably going to add, this is my big bowl that I made yesterday. I'm going to add, I don't know, maybe two or three cups, a significant amount. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want that to cook. Yeah, that's a good amount. That cauliflower, when the cauliflower rice heats up, it does kind of shrink in size a little bit. We want to get that good and mixed up with the chicken, with the onions, with the mushrooms. And once I add the soy sauce, I'm going to reduce the heat and just kind of let it simmer on the stove for a little while and meld all those good flavors together. Okay. And soy sauce, just kind of eyeball it. A couple of tablespoons probably of soy sauce would work. You don't want it to be too much, but you want it enough to give it some flavor. Soy sauce has 1 tablespoon has 1 carb in it. So, but it does have a lot of sodium. Oh yeah, that's what gives it, that soy sauce is what gives it that great chicken fried rice smell and taste. If you feel like you need a little bit more, you can. That looks really delicious. Smells good. Smells good too. And this is probably a good 5 or 6. Serves 5 or 6, depending on how much you eat. Of course, maybe 3 or 4. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more soy sauce. Just a little bit more, not much. Just to give it a little more color. We've got the onion in there, we've got the mushrooms in there, we've got the peas and carrots, the chicken, we've got the cauliflower rice, this soy sauce. Like I said, this is it's pretty quick recipe too, so yeah, that looks really good. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of pepper, not much, just a little bit of pepper, just a little bit. And then I've got some green onions that I'm just going to put on the top. Okay. Spread that around a little bit. I'm going to reduce the heat to probably medium-low. And I'm going to put a lid on that. I'm going to fan it just a little bit and just let those flavors meld together, and probably leave it like that for 15 or 20 minutes before it's ready to serve. So I'll be back in a few minutes and we'll take a look, give it a taste. All right, my chicken fried rice has been cooking on the stove for about 15-20 minutes, just on a low heat, and it absolutely looks incredible. Smells great, looks great. I'm hoping it tastes great too. Let me get you a good look at this. And that's what it looks like in the skillet. Yeah. I'm going to serve this to my family tonight. They asked for me to make it, so I'll dish this up and put it in the put it on their plate tonight. So I hope they enjoy it. And that's it. That's my chicken fried rice, low carb version of an Asian favorite. And I hope you have a chance to make it soon and enjoy it. Thanks for watching. If you have a chance, check out my YouTube page. Just Google Low Carb Keith on YouTube and you can find my other cooking videos that I've done. And when you get there, if you don't mind, click on that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. I'm putting all my cooking videos on YouTube, and I appreciate your support. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at lowcarbkeith@gmail.com. All right, thanks for watching. I'm going to give it a taste test. Oh man, that's good. Maybe nobody else will get any.